All right, we have a busy week. We're getting ready to send a few of these cars off to their owners. Mike's over here pressing out some bushings for this convertible I'm about to introduce to you guys. This is a late model convertible that belongs to my customer Peter. We're gonna be doing a set of bags. We painted the engine bay because that car was a color change. Whoever painted the car didn't do the engine bay, so we went ahead and did it. We're gonna dress up the M20, slap it back in there. My buddy Chris, Underrated Empire, did a set of wheels for that car, which are freaking sweet. Once we have it all together, you guys will see what they look like. All right, so we have Mike and Daniel working on this red convertible that we're doing the bags on. So we have a set of powder-coated trailing arms, powder-coated subframe that we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing the bushings. This is one of the rear bags. Now, I don't know why they're like this, but this is like the third set we installed and we've seen them installed before and nobody modifies these little nipples that guide the spring originally. So the bags don't really sit flush. And I mean, apparently a lot of people run them like this. I guess it's not that big of a problem. We don't personally like that. We like, we want this to sit flush. So what we end up doing is we cut this little cap off here. We remove about a 1/4 inch and then TIG weld the piece back on. And then the bag sits perfectly flush on this pad. And we do the same here. Now, if this person ever wanted to go back to stock, it wouldn't cause an issue, he'd be fine. But, I don't like the fact that the bags don't sit perfectly flat. So we're gonna go ahead and correct that. Once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and get the bushings. Sorry about this, that shop life. So once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and reassemble everything, get the bag situated in the car, and then we're gonna start routing the lines. We don't know exactly how we're gonna do the pumps in the trunk yet. I don't know if the customer wants to design the floor and have them exposed like OG Chad's car, or if he wants everything hidden. So as of now, you'll watch us modify this stuff and get this going. This car is also getting a clips tuning 5-lug kit, which I've never personally installed. It looks like really high quality stuff. So I'm excited to see how that all goes together, and I'll give you guys my 2 cents on it.
You made a lot of money out of your music?
Money. I mean, how much is a lot of money to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Have you made, say, millions of dollars?
No.
Are you a rich man?
When you mean rich, what you mean?
You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank?
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life.
You and I see why. You and I see why. That's a unity. You and I see why. You and I see why. That's a unity. You and I see why. You and I see why. That's a unity. You and I see why. You and I see why. That's a unity.
This is the clips tuning kit. Comes with hardware. It has some sleeves, some ABS spacers for the sensors, I believe, and some new hardware for these. So I've never installed this kit on any car. From what it looks like, they machined the front hubs at a scratch. They run a different type of bearing. They put a sleeve in here. It's really nice stuff. Everyone, I've seen this kit. I've seen people talk about it on the forum and on Facebook and stuff. So everyone's concern is how much little material is left on the outer ring there. I honestly don't think it'll be an issue, especially if you run some studs. As thin as that is, it is steel, and it's not like it's aluminum, or, I've seen a lot sketchier stuff where it's super thin. So I don't think we'd have an issue. This is gonna be our first time installing it. Really nice quality stuff. I guess there's an option to get rotors with the kit. And from what I understand, or from what I can figure out, the reason why it's so thin here, I guess is because they're still using an E30 rotor. And you see that you can't really add material, but that also goes to show, if that steel split, like, that shit is not going anywhere anyway. So having that tight of a clearance actually helps. And I don't know if I believe the E30 hub is thinner here, so there's more room. But honestly, I've never really paid attention because it's never been a question I've had. But I'm pretty sure they make this to where it's super snug, which makes it that much safer. So they supply these rotors. Clearly, you could just drill them out. This is an E30 rotor. This is a Zimmerman rotor. So they do the same for the front and the rear. And what's kind of cool is that, you can always run 5-lug or 4-lug whenever you want. Same with the rear. Here's the rear, but on the rear, I believe this is a factory E30 hub that they just double drilled. Same thing. Works for either 4-lug, 5-lug. I guess this customer opted to get the rotors as well, which makes it easier for us because we don't have to modify them. So, like I said, I'm kind of excited to try this stuff out because, everyone's always looking for a good 5-lug solution. And, we'll go ahead and install these, tell you guys what we think. From what it looks like everything's gonna work good. The best part about this is you keep the offset where it needs to be to run, nice offset wheels in the E30 chassis. So this is basically like a cheap way of doing an E30 M3 5-lug kit on your E30. So we are modifying a set of E30 spindles to accept BC, Megan, CA Tune style coilovers. I know we've shown you how we modify the struts for ground control, but these are a little different. I guess it's easier to modify these versus the ground control setup. So the way they're set up is they supply a threaded sleeve that's supposed to be, that inserts over this, gets welded to the knuckle, and then your spindle becomes a threaded collar, which then accepts the strut. These are for the red convertible that's getting the airbags. So yes, it's not a coilover, but this process is pretty much identical to any of those. So you guys will actually see how or what it takes to be able to modify it in case you're looking into doing that setup, or if you're just curious, here's your chance to check it out. have the spindles with the tubes welded on. Sprayed them with some satin black, but there you can see what they look like with them OEM finish welds. These are MIG welds. A lot of people TIG them, MIG them. As long as the process is done correctly, there's no issue. You know, BMW MIG welds them there. So now we're gonna install the strut, the airlift bag setup in the front. We're just gonna thread these on, slap them on the car, and we'll continue. And then we're also gonna show you the clips tuning 5-lug spindles going on here. So you'll see that shortly. All right, so the strut assembly, airbag, strut, knuckle, everything's assembled and has been installed. Here you have the clips tuning hubs, which are the 5x120. Little change of plans with this car. It was gonna get the factory brake setup, but customer opted to do a big brake kit, so we're gonna be installing the Ireland Engineering 310 millimeter front, 6-piston caliper. In the rear, we're gonna be doing a 310 millimeter 4-piston kit. This car was originally a M20 automatic car, 325, nothing fancy. And the customer wants to keep it that way. So we literally just ripped out the drivetrain, refreshed it, reassembled it. He's not looking to do any type of spirited driving or crazy, you know, shenanigans with it. So it's gonna be staying automatic. He wants a really nice cruiser. So we're currently waiting for the big brake kit. Once the big brake kit arrives, we'll be able to test fit the wheels. While we're waiting for that, we're gonna continue in routing all the lines and everything with the bag system. And we'll keep you guys updated. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, this car should be relatively close to being done.